So I had to throw the weed off. Oh, we live. Oh, my bad. Listen, we in the building, man. This is down at Sportstalk. You already know what it is, man. Left-handed in the building. My ubiquitous Code D, you know what I mean? Yada Bears in the house, as usual.
Yeah.
Today's a great day. You know what I mean? Salute my Code D. You know what I mean? It's about to go down. You know what I mean? So, again, salute, congratulations, and all of that. It's great when people can, do what they do and make it happen. And I'm not gonna blow your spot up. I'm just talking right now. You know what I mean? But the Outer Bear's in the building. She's doing it. She's making it happen. And I heard a little birdie told me maybe about 2 weeks ago. Might have been a little longer than that. That somebody had some merch that was coming down the line. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. You know what I mean? Down in Sports Talk. You know what I mean? This don't tell nobody. But we're in the building. We're in the building tonight. Absolutely. July 11th. You know what I mean? It's kind of somber. Yeah, absolutely. Kind of somber moment. You know what I mean? Because rest in peace to my man Wayne Brooks.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we lost a homie in that cargo fire in Newark, New Jersey last week. And rest in peace to the other firefighter, Augie. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, salute. But real quick, I just want to set the show off, man. Wayne was my guy. Absolutely. He was one of those dudes that, where your homies and y'all just so cool. You know what I mean? The relationship is just what it is. He was an all-around dude. Everything. You know what I mean? He was on, I was just telling you about the cruise that we was on. He was on the cruise with us. Okay. And that was when I found out that he could play basketball. He gets busy. I was like, let me find out. You know what I mean? Because I'm the OG, type shit doing my thing, but he was making it happen. But great dude. I'm always gonna remember the cooking lessons. Went to a fight party. I can't remember what fight it was, but I came in with like my man said, my pockets had the mumps because they had this unique situation where you would pay $20 and you would draw out of a hat like possible outcomes and scenarios of the fight. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a Mayweather fight, and if I'm not mistaken, I forget who was fighting, but it was unanimous decision, 12 rounds. So $20, I was like, all right, whatever. So they had all of these scenarios: knockout to 6, TKO, whatever. Every scenario that could happen in the fight. So I paid the 20. I reached down in there and I got unanimous decision, 12 rounds. I was like, damn. So as the fight was going on, 6th round, 7th round, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's a good fight. I can't remember who he's fighting. I got to look that up. So we got to the 10th. I was like, okay. I wasn't saying nothing, Browski. I was sitting in the corner. I ain't saying nothing. And I'm just looking at Wayne, like, see if because it was a nice piece of change. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say how many. It was 4 figures. It was a nice piece of change, right? So, 12th round, I'm counting down the last 30 seconds, like it's about to be a space shuttle taking off. I'm the only one. I ain't say nothing to nobody. And I'm counting it down. I'm like, I said, give me my. I was like, I don't care who won. Give me my money. And you know what I mean? It was one of those joints, man. And he was just a great dude, man, all around. I'm gonna miss him, man. Word is bond. But he, was doing what he wanted to do. And he would have like a hero, man. Respect, you know what I mean, to his wife, his daughters, Taylor, and his other daughters, you know what I mean? So respect to him, respect to DJ, Jay Nice's brother, respect to Miss Brooks, his moms, you know what I mean? So everybody, man. So that's how I want to set it off, man. Respect to my man. And we're going to do this one for him. I might even put some bets in for the Chicago Bears because he was a big Bears fan. So, we're going to do it like that. What's good with you, Browski?
Not much, another day. At this All-Star game on.
Right.
I think it's just really background noise now because the All-Star game doesn't have any significance anymore. Since they got rid of whoever wins, have home field advantage in the World Series, which I thought was crazy that they took that away.
Right. They had it for a little while. I mean, they didn't have it all the time, but it added something to the game. You know
Added
what I
something
mean?
to it. Like you wasn't
Right.
just going out there
It was an
just to
incentive.
play.
Yeah,
It was,
absolutely.
especially if you are, one of these contender teams, like if you're the Braves and the Braves got multiple players on the All Star team, so you're looking at your teammate like, yo, let's get these runs in.
Hmm.
It's a possibility that we can have home field advantage, for the World Series, but it's another it's another pickup game, just for baseball now. It's
Right.
I feel like that's what all the All Star games in each sport has become. I mean,
Mm.
Pro Bowl
Mm.
with NFL is that's a joke.
Hmm.
You look at the NBA All Star game, that's a joke also.
Right.
And
Right.
and, as you see, my little headline said, like, is the home run derby done? Because now that's kind of becoming a joke. How they went away from the format. Um,
Hmm.
10 outs. You had 10 outs.
Right.
You had as many home runs you can in those
Right.
10 outs. Now,
Hmm.
you got the brackets, and then you got like a minute, 30 seconds. It's like
And then
it's so
you
drawn
hit the
out.
ball. You hit the ball a certain amount, a certain distance. You get time added on, and
Yeah, it's like.
it's turned into a farce. So go ahead.
Yeah, so now when I look at it, I caught a little bit of it yesterday when I was at work, and I came to realize I'm like, I'm not even into this like I was before.
Right. Right. Right.
I used to be so into, home run derby. That was like the highlight of, Major League Baseball
All
All
star.
Star.
All.
It's
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
like, yo, I can't wait to see, the home run derby. I can't wait to see the derby, especially when you had guys like, Bond and Sosa, all them guys, coming out there hitting. Ken Griffey, nobody can take that record from him, with the longest hit ball. But I don't know, it was crazy. I was
What
glad
is this?
that
What is this going on with this? The kid running around the bases. What is? What
yeah,
is this?
I don't get
What
why.
is this?
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. Maybe he's like a Make a Wish kid or something. I'm not sure what's going on here, but
I'm about to turn my camera off for a second. Hold on. Hold
no,
on. Never mind. You ain't right, Roscoe.
no. Listen, and these are the things. Yeah, but these are the
You
things
ain't right.
that make this
Right.
game, irrelevant now. It's like it's so drawn out. You
Yeah,
know,
like what is going? And here's the thing. You were talking about how they, got all this new stuff and these new concepts and stuff like that to make it, I guess, fan friendly or to attract fans. They must have traded all of that for the uniforms because this
that was one of the
uniform,
next
this
thing that
is
they
this is garbage. I don't get it. I don't like it. And you could call me a traditionalist. You could call me OG. You could call me old school. I don't like it. When everybody had their individual uniforms from their individual teams, that was the allure of the Major League Baseball All-Star game. Because you got to see all the different uniforms. You know what I mean?
and plus it was a flex for the teams that had like the most players from their respectable squad. You go
Absolutely.
out there, you see a whole infield of Braves and like one Dodger. It's like, whoa,
Right.
that's
Right.
crazy. The
Right.
outfield, you
That's
got
right.
you got your teammates out there, and it's like, man, it's like all freaking Braves out there.
First pitch of the game, Acuna just
Acuna,
robbed in deep right field.
yeah,
Garrett Cole was pitching for from the Yankees for the American League. Kid Garcia I don't want to say he robbed him because that ball wouldn't have been off the wall. That wasn't one of those Jeffrey Meyer plays. That
yeah.
wasn't out of here. It
No,
would
it
have
wasn't
bounced
out
off the wall.
there.
But Garcia
That
makes a
was
nice play.
it was it was good timing and a good catch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good
Garcia
timing.
makes a nice play from
Yeah.
the Texas Rangers to rob Ronald Acuna Jr. from the Atlanta Braves on the first pitch of the game. But yeah, like you said, it was dope to see you have three Phillies in the infield, one St. Louis Cardinal, when you have two Phillies in the outfield and one Mets. So you know what I mean? And it was crazy like that. But I just don't understand why they got now all of a sudden all these crazy uniforms. It's corny. It's to me, it's corny, and you could call it what you want to call it. I mean, in the NFL, you could, they had the same uniform, right? But they had
Yeah,
the team. They represented with the helmets, the team
yeah, I thought
helmets
that
they
was
represented.
cool. Yeah, I thought that was
And,
cool.
and, and even with basketball, when you used to have your own jersey, your own team uniform jersey. In
Yeah, I
basketball,
like
you
that
had that
too.
too.
Yeah.
Now it's corny and it's whack. You know what I mean? But that's just where we at with it. But tonight we chopping it up. We in the building. You see what it is. Yada Bears in the house.
Yeah,
Left
man.
handed is in the building. Hit that like and subscribe button, man. Down in Sports Talk, we are in the house. I'm gonna get into some, WNBA stuff, some more Major League Baseball stuff. Another fly ball. This
Oh,
time the left field in the robbery. A Rosa Reyna.
Rosa
Who
Raya
by
went up
Freddie
there and
Freeman.
like flew in the air.
Yeah, so I mean, so far
Good for
so good.
that
I mean, you got
one.
a couple of fly. And he gives him the stance now. He gives him the pose.
Yeah.
So they're having fun with it. I'm mad at them. 2023 Major League Baseball All-Star Game just getting underway. You'll definitely see these plays on Sports Center or whatever show you watch tonight. First pitch of the game, Acuna flies out to deep right field, and the kid Garcia from the Texas Rangers makes a nice play at the fence. Then you got Freddie Freeman comes up, goes the opposite way, and Randy Arozarena from the Tampa Bay Rays
Yeah, man, great catch.
makes a great catch at the left field wall. So again, the All-Star game just getting underway. We're in the building down at Sports Talk, man. Chopping it up like we do. Ground ball to second base, and 3 up, 3 down for the American League for the National League, excuse me, in the All-Star game. American League coming to bat. Yeah, we were talking earlier about the home run derby. Like when you even asked me who did I think was going to win the home run derby, I just said Mookie Betts. I didn't really care about it. I don't care about that. You know what I mean?
I had picked a hometown kid, Julio.
Yeah, Julio Rodriguez, right?
But, I mean, he did do me well because he got Pete Alonso out of there. I mean, he hit 41 in the first round.
41.
That's crazy. Now that's impressive. I mean, even though I just said I don't really like the new format with the minute 30, but 41 home runs in a minute and 30 seconds, that's impressive right there,
Right.
So I gotta give hats off to him for that. And also want to give congratulations and salute to Vlad Guerrero Jr.,
Right.
who actually won the Derby. And his dad won the Derby too. So they're the first father-son tandem to each win the home run derby.
Absolutely.
It was, he put on a good show. What was it? 2019. He came close, and he finally took it this year. So I'm pretty sure now they're gonna have interesting conversations during the holiday table about who hit the most home runs during the home run derby and who ball went the furthest. So I think that's cool. I know his dad probably proud to see that his son, who's been around the game for so long with him, come to the game and coming out to be a truly really good player and a great hitter in his own right. Because Vlad, he used to smoke that ball out there,
right,
when he was out there playing. So big ups to him, and it was interesting. It was a
no
fun
doubt.
watch. The final
they,
was a fun watch.
Right. They milk it for what it's worth. I mean, again, like you said, they gotta, like we talked about this even when we started this, it always comes back to the marketing and the money and stuff like that. And, we appreciate it for what it is. But like, myself, especially with the All-Star game, we look forward to the All-Star game, man. You know what I mean? When, I told a story about like how when I was a kid, I would, my grandmother and them would be impressed. I would know all the players when they do the player introduction. I know all the players. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was just exciting to see the different uniforms, and things of that nature. But I guess times change or whatever. Maybe it's because of Seattle. You know what I mean? They're doing it like that, man. You get because they took the team pictures with their uniforms on, with their team uniforms on.
Yeah. So and it was crazy. Like just imagine, like we just saw the AL side out there on defense. It's like 4 Texas Rangers out there. So
yeah,
it's like 4 or 5 Texas Rangers out there. So who I would love to see, them in their jersey with like a whole sea of Texas Rangers jerseys out there because it's like a huge flex on the rest of the league. Like you need to
Absolutely.
keep your eye out for these
Absolutely.
guys because they out here balling and they are being represented on the one of the biggest stage right now with the All-Star game, and it's like Texas Rangers galore. So I just think I think Major League Baseball have lost the missed the mark on this. They should definitely go back to the traditional wearing of the uniforms and
Yeah.
I just I mean I get it. They want to have another jersey to sell in the store.
Yep. Yep.
Everybody
Yep.
their
Yep.
National or American League jersey with their little Phillies or
Yep.
Angels or Braves or Yankee logo on the sleeve, but you can just put the All Stars patch on the regular team
Right.
jersey like they did back in the day, especially in the NBA. So I don't know. It's weird, but
No doubt. We got Win Walker in the house. What's good with you, man?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? You ready for that All
And
Star
we
game?
just we just talking watching the All Star game right now. Zach Gallen on the mound representing Arizona Diamondbacks. All right,
Sure.
and so we doing what we do. What's good with you, man? You all right? Here's crazy raining out there.
Man, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Wind blowing 80 miles an hour, knocking power poles and electricity
uh,
out and everything. So, you know, flooding. Two
Mm.
kids lost their lives. A 10-year-old.
Yeah, I heard about that,
oh
man.
man, sorry to hear
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. That's
So
crazy.
yeah,
yeah. Sorry about
yeah. So
that.
yeah, we just chilling. How y'all doing? I heard it's going crazy up New York way.
I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is, man. Just dealing with a situation, man. It's going to be crazy up here Friday because they burying my man. You know what I mean? He lost his life in a cargo fire. I don't know if you heard about it in Newark, New Jersey. So
Yeah.
they're burying him on Friday. So it's going
Yeah,
to be
your
crazy.
uncle. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So listen, man. But anyway, we in the building, man. Down in Sports Talk, we got Yada Bear in the house. We got Win Walker just popping in, making it happen. Um, Victor Wembanyama
Huh?
Oh,
and Britney Spears.
Hey, wait. I got one thing to say. In the
Uh
words of
huh.
Public Enemy and
Uh
Flavor
huh.
Flav, don't,
Right.
don't believe the hype.
Okay.
Don't
No
believe
doubt.
the hype.
Yeah. I mean, I'm quite sure that we all got perspectives. You know what I mean? And so Yada Bear, I'm gonna let you lead it off. What's your thoughts about it?
my thoughts is it's hilarious because after the first game, his statement, I didn't know what I was doing out there. Like what? I didn't know what to do.
Man,
I'm like, so you came to the States and you forgot how to play basketball? I'm like, it's still pretty much the same thing. You got a ball that you
You
shoot
bounce it.
hoop, or,
you put it
or
in the
you
hole.
or you
Right, you put
dunk
it in the
it,
hole.
or
Put it in the
you
hole.
pass it.
Right.
It's the same idea. And then he comes back second game. He drops 27,
Yeah, 27.
and a couple boards, couple assists. Everyone's like, oh, that's the victor we was looking for. But again, it's still against summer league guys who may or may not make a roster. And so am I impressed? No. You know, I'll be impressed when I see him doing it in the game. In the regular season. I feel like they're hyping him up a lot. They're hyping him up too much, and I think the first game was a huge letdown. So it made people question a lot and really start to critique him and really break down his game. The kid,
After one game,
I mean, they was going at him. I mean, they let the kid from the Hornets. I mean, Brandon Miller. he was making him look foolish out there,
Uh-huh.
and for I mean for him to be that tall, to be missing bunnies at the rim, missing the dunk, it's like, all right, I get that you can probably be nervous like the first quarter, the spotlight is on you. But by the time the second and third quarter come, you gotta be settled down. You gotta be able to make a layup or make a you 7'5". You right there. You at the rim. You there. I got just put your arm up. But I mean, like I said, it's against the Summer League guys. We'll see, how much he plays during the preseason. He has the whole off season to put some more muscle on. That's what I, expect to see him. A little bit more muscle. Because, he is skinny. He's not thin, he's skinny. But I think a little bit more muscle tone and just a little bit more, finesse. I think he went more like a finesse game. It should be interested. What's super interested is the fact that the Spurs gave Pop 5 years, $80 million. Like my man,
5 more years, right?
He'll be like 80 years old on the sideline. So it's like, damn, can Brett Brown get a break? Like Brett Brown. Brett Brown came back thinking that I'm going to get the keys.
Well, I mean, he will eventually.
5 years.
Possibly, probably.
5 more years. What happened with that fifth year coming? He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do 2 more. I'm gonna do another.
I mean, again, at the end of the day, he, Pop earned that. You know what I mean?
He definitely earned it, but I'm like. When you look at the San Antonio Spurs now, it's like he's like Pop he's going to be 80 in 5 years. The game has changed. He's still like coaching old school way. You don't think that he maybe starting to be out of touch. His time passing him by. He's not evolving and anything like that. Like, is the game evolving around him and he's just staying the same? It just
that championship when they beat the Knicks in '99. That was 24 years ago.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I mean, you got a point. You know what I mean?
I mean, like you looking at like Wembanyama coming in. He's what 19, 8, like 19, 20 maybe
19. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
19. He's a 19-year-old kid, and like, how can Pop relate to this guy? One, he doesn't really speak the language like that. He speaks English, but it's not as fluent as as some would think it will be, and it's just it's a little.
But that's what you got. That's what you got. That's what you got Tony Parker for. That's what you got. Those other guys for. You know what I mean? Even some of the younger guys that can kind of like be that bridge. You know what I mean? So again, I think Pop. In his advanced age, he can still. He's the grandfatherly figure. He's been coaching longer than Victor Wembanyama's been alive. You know what I mean? So again. He has that, and if he still has the spirit in him to do it, then do it. I mean, I'm not mad at him, but my thing is this with the Wembanyama thing. This is what it's come to. I mean, again, what did people expect Victor Wembanyama to do in his first game? Right? The people expect him to have 40 points, 30 rebounds, 19 assists, and if you did, then you're fooling yourself.
That's what they expected. If
you truly expected Victor Wembanyama to have some kind of crazy out of this world game in his first game, then you would buy the Brooklyn Bridge. You're gullible enough to buy the Brooklyn Bridge. Absolutely. So again, at the end of the day, it was one game, right? So then the second game come along, Browski, right? And then he dropped 27 and 12, I think it was.
Yeah,
and
something like that. Yeah.
All these weirdos don't even want to stand. And this is why I'm talking about it. And I'm talking to it like this because all these weirdos who, he was garbage. He's going to be garbage. He's a bum. He's a scrub. You don't even none of them come out and stand on that square and be like, well, I might have jumped the gun or spoke out of turn or whatever the case may be. It's one game. Don't get me started. It's one game. And you know how I am, Browski, when I'm gonna speak my mind from a now perspective. I don't give a damn what these young cats is thinking about. I don't care what what these young cats, and that's word is bond, because at the end of the day, it all comes back to what the Spurs see for this kid. The first game, he looked a little suspect. His first shot was suspect. I saw it. You know what I mean? He made a couple of nice passes. Nobody said nothing about that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So again, I'm gonna say this: from one game to the next, it's gonna be like that. And when the regular season starts. When the regular season starts, he has 10 points and 3 rebounds in 25 minutes or whatever. Everybody gonna go crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So again, he's gonna have to develop his. So I mean, and here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this, and when I'm gonna get your opinion on this, my guy. Like if it took Jordan 7 years to win a ring, relax. All you so-called basketball heads who was, on this kid's neck after one game, relax, yo. If it took Jordan 7 years to get a ring, what the hell are you talking about when it comes to this Wembanyama kid? Holla at me at RM Des on Twitter. I love it. Get at me. You already know the vibes. Get at me. What's good, baby?
Hey, check this out.
Uh-huh.
It's the learning curve. This is first time playing in the United States. First time playing against people like that in this type of arena. He ain't been in the NBA. He's learning the NBA arena. They was in his ear. I'm gonna tell you where the problem lies, though. It ain't with him. His handlers, they gotta get with him. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not looking at the game point of it. I'm looking at all these parties he's been at, and all these people that's up in his face. He's the talk of the town. He's at every party he's invited. He's this, he's that. They're showing him the wrong. Yeah, it's all right to kick it, but right now, young man, you got to turn your learning curve up. You got to learn how to play this game the way they play the game, because they ain't gonna play the way you played overseas. I'm telling you, they gonna try to rough you up, and play the game a little different. So that's my point. I've seen him with 2 Chainz, like you brought up at the beginning, Britney Spears and this person. And
that was crazy. The Britney Spears thing was crazy.
Yeah, and this person and that person, He was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Did he come to get some knowledge from Kareem, or are they just out kicking it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a whole bunch. Shaq is in Vegas right now. You know what I'm saying? He went to go see his daughter play. Go talk to another big man. Get some advice from the big men. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to pull yourself together, young man. The hype, the spectacle of the NBA draft and you being the number 1 pick and all that, that's over with. Now it's time to go to work.
Yeah.
You got a job. You don't come to your job the first week or first 2 weeks and party at the job. You go through a training, what they call that when you first get a job. You on
probation
or whatever, for like a month or 2 months or 3 months. Come on now, you got to come on with this. It ain't time to party, it's time to learn. It's time to eat a little bit more, get your nutrition.
Send all your words of wisdom to MC Windwalker. He wants
gmail.com or DARRY_LBAKER on Facebook. Then on Twitter it's MC Windwalker, and on Instagram it's MC Windwalker.
There you have it. There you have it. What's good, Browski?
While we're talking about the summer league, I'm talking about all these injuries in the summer league. Scoot.
Especially Scoot.
Yeah, I'm was very excited to see him play in some of these games. Kind of disappointed that he got hurt. I'm glad it's not super serious. Same thing with Amin. What was it Amin Thompson?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it Asul? One of the twins. also got hurt. I was looking forward to seeing him play a little bit more too. But um, the games are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's good to see like the young guys run. Um, the kid from I just watched him the other day.
I'm upset with the Thunder.
Oh, why you upset with the Thunder?
They traded some key players, J Dub, and which that was some dumb stuff to me. Y'all should
What
have
they get
traded
back
them guys.
for?
What
They
do you
got
care? What do you care? You a Lakers fan?
no. I like to see when I see a core of young
A young guys
basketball players
together.
together, and they doing something with just off of their talent.
Kind of
They
like
didn't have,
the Knicks.
yeah, they didn't have no superstar. Them was all drafted and young guys coming together, and they made
Homegrown,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
made it as far as they
homegrown
made it.
guy with one superstar that came about,
Well,
and
yeah,
Bill
Gildred,
Alexander.
yeah, Gildred,
But no,
and he was
I
drafted.
definitely hear what you say. What they get back for him? What
They
picks?
man, they got. I know they had Patty Mills, and they traded Patty Mills too,
Yeah.
and they traded
What?
Patty Mills.
Wait a minute, they traded Patty Mills.
Yeah,
Yeah, they traded
they
Patty
they,
Mills.
they
That's
got him and
crazy. That
then
was your
traded him.
bet. That was your bet right there with all
I
these
don't know
young
what they're
guys.
doing. Yeah,
Oh man, see, they about now. They about to fumble the bag on OKC. They got all these young talent, but you need at least one vet out there to help guide these young guys in certain
yeah.
situations.
Because see, last year they had J Dub and J Will, and it was
Hmm.
they was balling together.
Yeah,
You know,
yes,
if
it
you
was.
split one of them, here we go again. Same thing they did when they had Ibaka and them, and they started trading the pieces off. You got to keep them core pieces. That's the only
What?
way they're gonna
Yeah,
learn to jail.
man.
All
What?
right then. So, what's your thoughts? As we still stay on some NBA stuff, what's your thoughts in regards to the NBA approving the new flopping rule?
Man. Yeah, I'm excited for that because I'm tired of the flopping. I feel like this will, take it away. Instead of flopping is just it got so bad that they had to make a rule where now we shooting free throws.
Kind of, sort of like load management, right?
Kind of like it. Um, Also, how you feel about this in season tournament that
Man,
Oh man,
nobody
I want to talk.
had?
Oh
you
man,
took
I
this
want to
from
talk
me.
about that so
Say
bad.
that.
We
Let's
going
go.
overtime tonight. We going overtime tonight because there's some other
Because
stuff I want to get
Sounds
into.
good.
this in
But
season
let's get
tournament.
into this in season tournament, man.
The
Browski, go
NBA
ahead, speak
Cup.
your mind because I got something I want to say. Go ahead, speak your mind.
I think it's so stupid,
The
so dumb
NBA
that
Cup.
number one, we just mentioned load management. Okay, we just mentioned that, and this has been a huge problem going around. And now they bring in this in-season tournament to make the the regular season popular. We all know that the season don't start till after the All-Star break. We all know that's when the real season starts. So now you have this in-season tournament that's also going to rival the NFL season in the heart of the NFL season. Not only that, now you split it up in like these groups. Like, are we playing
Group
Euro
A.
soccer? Are we?
Group B.
If it's a Euro League, are we playing football? Okay, are we playing European
He said
football?
foosball.
What
He
is
said foosball.
okay? Like, what is going on?
We
I
get
don't get it.
football.
Like, and like the games count towards the regular season, but the championship game doesn't. Then you have them in these different groups that's
Right.
going to throw off the regular season schedule because now we got to play each team in our group twice. And it seemed like those games are like back to back. It's like really close together. And again, as we just mentioned, the big problem of the NBA has been load management. So you telling me that I got 2 back-to-back games, and then I get a break, and then I got a back-to-back game or 3 games in a row, like
Andy Diaz home run.
it's crazy. Like I don't want my guy to get hurt playing in this tournament when we should be focused on the regular season and the postseason. You know, it's all about the money, because at the end of the day, they get like $500K, which that's cool for like the rookies and stuff like that. Because are they gonna get $500K? Like, is everybody getting $500K on the team? Because I don't think the rookie's going to get that. So you telling me a person who's already making $260 million need an extra $500K to play basketball? He's already getting paid 260, 206, 160, 180 something million. Like, now you need an additional $500K to play basketball. I gotta keep motivating you with more money during the season, where you already got your check, and that should be enough motivation for you. I think this is trash. I think it's going to backfire, because I think we're going to see way more injuries than we have seen with our stars, and it's going to take away the most important part of basketball, which is the playoffs. So you tell me I got an in-season tournament, and then you want to give me the All-Star game, and then you want to give me the second half of the season, which is the most important, and then after that, we're going to have the play-in tournament, and then after that, then we have the playoffs, and then we have the championship. Like, it's ridiculous. It's too much. They're already complaining about the numbers of games they're playing now.
In the first place. That's right.
You adding more games.
It's turning into a joke. Absolutely. Go ahead, Brasky. It's turning into a joke.
Is this college basketball? Is this the NCAA tournament that we doing? And then the championship game is in Vegas. What? It's in Vegas, of all places.
Oh.
So just tell me without telling me that you're trying to put an NBA team in Vegas. Tell me right now, Adam Silver, without telling me that an NBA team will be in Las Vegas within the next 2 years, most likely. Because why in the world would this championship be played in Vegas? Is it a fight? You know, is it going to be at the T-Mobile Arena? Is that the championship?
Brasky's on one tonight, y'all. Pay attention. Brasky's on one tonight. Pay attention.
I'm done with it.
Hey, y'all, I got a couple comments.
Brasky is on one tonight, y'all. Pay attention. Go ahead, Wayne.
It was leaked yesterday that Adam Silver said by the 2024-25 season, there may be 2 more expansion teams, one out of Seattle and one out of Las Vegas.
See?
It was leaked yesterday. Also, you hit the nail on top of the head of the nail being driven by the giant hammer. They already complained about 83 games, 82 games. Yeah. How are they going to play another a tournament with another tournament and an all-star? And that's
go ahead. Finish your thought.
That's more ammo for anything to happen. More you have to get Lords of London to put on every.
Oh, he said Lords of London rubbing their hands together like Birdman.
Yeah, we get rich.
Listen, man. I got some of the dopest in the building with me all the time. I'll keep Yada Bear at close range. You know what I mean? On speed dial. Yada Bear's on speed dial. I keep my brother Windwalker on speed dial and all that. And they made some very, very valid points. But I think that it's another idea that the NBA siphoned or borrowed, quote unquote, from the WNBA. The WNBA has the Commissioner's Cup, where they play games, specific games, which are within the Commissioner's Cup standings. So you have your regular season standings and you have the Commissioner Cup standings. So as the NBA, they wanted to have an in-season tournament. So those games, that those particular games that they're going to play, are going to be regular season games, but they're going to be tournament games. So when you have whatever group you have, the Knicks, I think the Knicks are the group with the Celtics, I believe. So
yes,
those games when they come on Tuesday and Friday nights, those are going to be their regular season games, but they will be advertised and put out there as tournament games, right? So for me, when you talk about this tournament thing, I just think that, like you said, Browski, it's another incentive to try to add some more money to people who really don't need any more money, right? Yep. And again, like you said, you got the in-season tournament, you got the knockout round,
yeah,
you got the play in, you got the play off, you got the, you know what I mean, you got the finals, you know what I'm saying? So when you talk about this, it's just another thing to make money. But if people like us, if we call it like we see it, oh, it's just another way to make money. Adam Silver's trying to, he's trying to, make something out of nothing, maybe make up some more, have some more intensity in these games. And maybe the incentive might be for some of these players not to have that load management thing because they want that extra money. You know what I mean? So again, at the end of the day, they're going to be playing hard. But like you said, there's more chance for the harder you play, it might have some more injuries than, if John Morant, he's going to miss the first few tournament games. He's not, you know what I mean? Yeah. So again, at the end of the day, what are we really doing? And then John Morant is back in the news again, but we ain't even going to talk about that. You know what I mean? Because that, his man is, off the hook and stuff like that. So we're going to keep it pushing. But I mean, this NBA in-season tournament is just what it is, Browski. You hit the nail on the head, as you always do, yo. It's like, you got all these tournaments and playoffs and play-ins and play-outs and play-through. And like, what is going on? You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
And now I just wanted to finish and just to talk about, when you talk about the expansion, the NBA better expand to Seattle. They owe Seattle.
Oh, they definitely owe Seattle.
They owe Seattle.
They stole the Supersonics.
Absolutely. So when you talk about the Seattle Supersonics, they're just waiting. That's going to be the team name. The team colors is going to be green. We already know. They just have to put a team in place in Seattle. We know what the team is going to be called.
We know
the team is going to be called the Supersonics. They're going to have the green and yellow. The Sonics will be back. You know what I mean? Then you have a team in Vegas. So again, what's the next thing coming, Browski? After you put the team in Vegas, you put the team in Seattle. What's the next thing coming, Win? You know what the next thing coming after this is? Realignment.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely going to be realignment. It's going to be a
realignment. Yeah.
Realignment is coming. So and Adam Silver, in his infinite wisdom, you know what I mean? Even though he only gave Ja 25 games, even though that's what that's the maximum, and we'll talk about that later. But I think that he's slow walking it. He's slow walking it.
It's definitely.
You know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to a point that Browski made on the show about 6 months ago. Why doesn't the NBA partner up with the WNBA? Yeah. How you gonna have a team in Seattle, a team in Las Vegas, when you got a WNBA team in Seattle, a WNBA team in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna get into the New Yorks and we already know that goes without saying. So Adam Silver is creating, I don't know the word for it, but he's creating something that, a monster. And I don't mean that in a positive way. I mean, it's too much. It's oversaturation. You know what I mean?
Definitely oversaturation. And like you said, they're going to have to do a realignment in the NBA because you add in 2 more West Coast teams.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
You add 2 West Coast teams and don't add 2 teams in the East, or you add 1 in the West and 1 in the East. If you're going to put a team back in Seattle, then you put a team in Seattle and then put a team somewhere in the East somewhere. It's crazy just to think that now what they gonna do? Move what Milwaukee? No. What who can they move to the east?
They can move. They would probably do some craziness like because before, remember, and this is back in the day. San Antonio was in the east, and Chicago was in the west.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So they gonna, you think they confusing the kids now, as far as geography is concerned. Man, listen. But I think they go from 30 to 32 teams. So what does that have? You have two divisions of 8 teams, and that's 16 apiece. And then you have. Go ahead.
It's going to be New Orleans and probably Memphis. They're going probably
to move to the east. Yeah. To move to the east.
Probably.
I can see that.
Because who else? You can't. Denver's too far west.
Right.
Then you got what? Three teams in LA. I mean, in California. And then you got Phoenix.
You got 3 in the Midwest.
And then you got what? 3 in Texas. Yeah, it have to be Memphis and New Orleans because they are both sovereign teams. And Memphis is like Tennessee is like right there on the cuffs.
Right. So I mean, down there you have Atlanta, you got the Florida teams. You know what I mean? So again, that makes sense. That makes sense. So Adam Silver, you not slick, bro. We see you coming from a mile away down there in Sportstalk. We're in the building every Tuesday night, man, 8 to 9 p.m. I'm in the building with my ubiquitous Cody, Yada Bear in the house, and then we got Win Walker in the building. We're going overtime tonight, man. So we're gonna talk some WNBA. I always wanted to do some play-by-play for the All-Star game. Mookie Betts is at the plate, hit 11 home runs and the home run derby last night. He's doing his thing representing for the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's a 1-1 count right now to him, top of the third. American League leads the National League 1-0 on a Yandy Diaz solo home run. Yandy Diaz represents the Tampa Bay Rays. We were talking earlier, about how the All-Star game, the uniforms, man, you could always, tell, how many, players from your particular team, was representing in the All-Star game. Mookie Betts strikes out. So yeah, man. So that's the end of the inning. We're gonna go to the bottom of the second with the American League up 1-0. It's the middle of the third inning. Excuse me. So yeah, man, we in the building doing what we do. I'm gonna do the bottom of the third inning and hang out. We're gonna do play-by-play the bottom of the third. But Win Walker, man. A lot of stuff going on. You already know what we're going to talk about right now for a hot second, because we got to give some respect to hip hop. You know what I mean? This being the 50th anniversary. If you had a radio station, Yada Bear, a hip hop radio station, you too, Win. If you had a hip hop radio station and you could play any record you want, it's your station. It's www.yadabear.com. www.winwalker.com. It's your radio station. What would be the first hip hop record that you would play? Yeah, we make you think over here. We make you think. So we get the Jeopardy music popping. What would be the first hip hop record? Go ahead, Win.
The first record I would play would be Sugar Hill Gang. It'll be the Sugar Hill. It'll be Sugar Hill. It'll be Sugar Hill Gang.
Rappers Delight.
Rappers Delight.
The long version. Have you ever went over your friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? I mean, the macaroni saga, the peas all right, and the chicken tastes like wood. The long version, right?
Right.
It just pounds some more on your plate.
Man, that's a crazy question. Like, who would I play first? What was the first record?
Yeah, what would be the first record that you would play? And I asked that question to some people, and they was stuck. Like stuck.
It's so because
what would be the first? It's so many, and then it speaks to who you are and what you like. You know what I mean? So for me, I would have to draw straws. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if I would go old school on them. I know it'll probably be some De La Souls. It probably be a De La Soul record. You know what I mean? But I don't know if it would be Potholes in My Lawn. I don't know if it would be 3 is the magic number. I don't know what it would be, but I think it would be that's all I can say right now. It would be a De La record.
I don't know. I feel like mine might be like a mix. You know,
you gonna get slick on them.
Yeah, like a mix. I might like a mix of like Philly records. You know, from like,
okay, that's dope.
You know,
that's dope.
I got a question for you, Yada.
Yeah.
Would you add Will Smith in there with your mix?
Of course I would, because Summertime is an iconic record.
Summertime.
You know? Summertime. That's
well, if you
come blast that right now, you put that on right now, and you getting the party moving right now. Everyone's grooving to that.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Well, I feel if we put on Summertime in the LBC, everybody gonna start moving.
Yeah, so,
I feel like if you put on Summertime by RM Dust, you're gonna get the barbecue and the cookout popping. You heard? That's right. If you play Summertime by RM Dust, you know what I'm saying? Word up. Summertime RM Dust. That's right. You know.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll definitely play like a mix of like Philly artists. You know, I'll go back to you know, it wouldn't just be like state property. I'll go back to Major Figures, to Ram Squad.
Okay, okay, she said Ram Squad. Let's go. Okay.
Listen, I'm from Southwest. Okay, I grew up from Southwest, so we used to rock that Ram Squad. We, you know, all the time. Major Figures, crazy. I might throw in some E Ness in there, you know, some of his freestyles in there. On the streets, some early Meek Mills and stuff, you know.
Okay.
A nice little mix. Listen, I probably even put Cool C. I'll put some Cool C in there.
I was waiting to see if you gonna mention Cool C. Shout out to Cool C, yo.
No, especially now in the summertime, you know, you put that ooh. You know, everybody rocking that too. Like that's something.
Okay.
Look, you be young and you still be like, all right, yeah, like, you know, the lyrics still move you. So I'll definitely do like a mix. Yeah, I'll do a mix. Yeah.
All right, no doubt. So, go ahead. Mine would it would probably be Potholes in My Lawn.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or now you got me thinking. All right, now you got me thinking, because my favorite all-time album, you know, outside of 3 Feet High Rising, is Public Enemy, Yo Bum Rush the Show. Okay. And I think that I would play either You're Gonna Get Yours or Too Much Posse. Because that's what, Too Much Posse. That's one of my records. I love that record, and I might have to get slick and do like Yada Bear and play a quick little mix.
Gotta do a mix because it's hard to really pick.
Yeah, man, it'll be so hard to figure out one because I have Brand Nubian, like it'd be Jungle Brothers. It'd be so crazy, yo. But yeah, we're in the building, man. Down in Sportstalk, making it happen. On a Tuesday night, July 11th, man, All-Star game is on, bottom of the third. AL leads 1-0 on a Yandy Diaz home run. Right now, we got Jonah Heim up from the Texas Rangers hitting .282 on the season. In the game, pitching from representing the Washington Nationals, we got Zaire Gray. All right, so, I mean, you know, the Texas Rangers, Jonah Heim, you know, one of those guys, along with Adley Rushman, representing the new era of catchers. We talked about Adley Rushman from the Baltimore Orioles. And, you know, I like him. But then you look at his numbers, you look at Jonah Heim's numbers, they're basically the same.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
You know, and he's from the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
You know, and the Rangers having a very good season this year, you know what I mean? And the Washington Nationals doing what they do. It's a 2-1 count to Heim. Heim pops up a foul ball upstairs. T-Mobile Park, where the All-Star game is being held in Seattle. Definitely memorable. The last one, I think, was a 2001. That was the one with Cal Ripken. Yep. When A-Rod moved Cal Ripken from third base over to shortstop. And, you know, that was a memorable All-Star game. You know what I mean? And again, man, it's good to see it, but I would rather see them in their home in their uniforms and the team they represent.
Right,
Fouts it,
right, right, right.
umpire's checking it, and so he says, Jonah Heim, go have a seat.
He's telling
Go
so go
have a
sit down
seat.
and get some Gatorade.
Yes, you'll have that K by your name. Don't worry about it. It'll be all right. You know what I mean? Bottom of the third, man. We doing our baseball thing over here, man. Trying to represent for the All-Star game, and just trying to make it do what it do. Have some fun with it, and again, it's not like it used to be, but it's not like it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Marcus Simeon is representing another Texas Rangers.
5 of them. It's 5 of
So
them.
you know what I mean? The other dude from the Texas Rangers is up. 1-0 count. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Grier delivers, bounce to the third base, and over to third base, and they get Simeon, and that will end the third inning. So Josiah Gray, he has something to tell his people about and his children about down the line. And he pitched in the All-Star game and gave a nice performance. After 3 innings, you got the American League 1, the National League nothing. We are definitely in the building, making it do what it do. You got down in Sports Talk in the house, my ubiquitous co-host Yada Bear. She's over there. Chilling in the cut, you know what I mean? And Wind Walker's in the building.
Beth, can I ask you a question?
You just did. Man, I'm just
What happened? What happened to your hitting coach?
He got invited to take a long walk off a short pier.
Oh, okay.
And we replaced him with the mayor. You know what I mean? Sean Casey, a lifetime 302 hitter. Hopefully, that can, rub off on some of our, players, you know what I mean, in a positive way. And hopefully he can get them to keep from striking out because our lineup is heavy on the K note. And we'll see what it is. I think that a lot of it isn't have to do with the hitting coach. If you don't hit, then the hitting coach is gonna, he's the one that's gonna take the fall. We talked about it last week. How without Aaron Judge, this lineup looks, how my man Dave Chappelle said, bombed out and depleted. So and it shows. It shows. And I mean Anthony Rizzo, who had a great start to the season. You know what I mean? Now, I think, dealing with something with his back or whatever, he's, kind of like dwindled down. His numbers are dwindled down. Giancarlo Stanton, he looks like he's trying to get it back together. You know what I mean? But again, that lineup revolves around Giancarlo Stanton. So the second half of the season, this is a good segue, Browski, where we could talk about the second half of the season.
Yeah.
What we expect out of our teams. What I'm expecting out of the Yankees is definitely some catching up. We got some catching up to do. 10 games over 500 is not, Yankee baseball at the All-Star break. You know what I mean? And we're just doing, we're just kind of like treading water right now. So when we come back, we definitely going to have to make it happen because we talked about it, Browski. Those young bucks is on our heels, hard body karate.
Yes,
the Orioles not playing. Toronto Blue Jays not playing. And then we're looking up at the Tampa Bay Rays. You know what I mean? So I think that, we're going to have to, with Sean Casey, he's definitely have to make his presence felt from the door. Like he don't have a week or a month to settle in and get familiar and get acquainted with you. He's at work right now. He's got to get to work right now. We got to come out the box and make it happen. Again, I don't want us to be talking about a wild card at the end of August. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When is our next check-in, Browski? We just did the Labor Day. Okay, our next check-in is Labor Day, so that's going to be important. That's going to be where the truth gets told.
Yes, that's the truth right there. When if your team going to be in the postseason or looking at the postseason,
right?
Definitely. We're kind of on the same page with our respectable teams. Right now, the Phillies we're in the 4th place right now in the wild card standing. We're looking up to Miami, the Marlins, Diamondbacks, and the Giants now. So it's going to be tough out here for both our squads in the second half. We are expecting to see Bryce Harper play first base in the second half.
Uh-oh.
See how this goes. I feel like if it doesn't go well, we should be trying to pull the trigger on a trade for a first baseman. Um, when we're looking at our pitching, it's a lot of questions there with our quote unquote ace, Aaron Nola. He's given up 21 home runs already. He gave up three to Miami before the All Star break. So he's just hanging curveballs for everybody to hit, and they're hitting it out the park. So we used to look at him as our ace. Now we're looking at him as our third, possibly fourth starter right now. So there's a lot of questions with our squad, also health wise, with Kyle Schwarber having to play a lot in left field is taking a toll on his legs, so he's not getting any power at the bat. He's hitting like 180, 189 in the leadoff spot. It's bad right now. So I expect Rob Thompson to come out of this All-Star game and make some adjustments starting when we come back Friday, where I need Kyle Schwarber out of my leadoff spot. He needs to be down in that lineup, and you have to put Trey Turner in the leadoff spot. There's no more waiting, for that to happen, and we just have to put our foot on the gas pedal and start winning more series and moving up, because right now, being the defending National League championships, we're struggling in a lot of key places, and for us to get back to the playoffs, we're going to have to play some really good baseball, some lights out baseball.
Absolutely, and y'all open up with the Padres. That's another team that is
Four game
either it's
series,
feast or famine. So again, it's going to be big right out the box. You guys open up at home, right, against San Diego. So
and
that's
then
going to be
after that we got
Mhm.
we got Baltimore.
So
Yeah,
it doesn't get any easier for you
I
guys coming
think
out the
it
box.
is.
We open up at Colorado, so hopefully we can kind of like
Oh,
get back
well,
on
I mean,
track.
y'all got a little easy break right there. Y'all should be able to
That's
take
the
that,
easy
right?
part too.
Hopefully,
That's the easy part for us.
Hopefully,
that should
you
be
know what I
easy
mean.
money for y'all.
But I just feel like we have a chance to kind of like get into a flow and work it out, and we have no choice. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? We can't rely on the wild card. We're not doing it. The game is tied 1-1. Luis Arias is trying to get the MVP. That's his second hit.
that's his second, Mister. Is
Yeah,
that Mister 400?
Mr. 400.
Mister.
He's batting
Well, right
a
now, when
thousand.
Mister
He's batting 1,000 in the All Star game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right now, well,
you
he
know what
like
I mean?
Mister 386 or something like that, 385, 386. But he
Right.
definitely batting 1,000 tonight. He said
Um.
bring that average and he said bring that and then add it in.
Yeah. Can
Can
we
we
add that
add
to my
that in?
regular season, like the in season
And
tournament?
then
Can we
the
add that to my average? You know what I'm saying? But how do you think his chase for 400 is going to go as we go into the second half of the season?
well, see, the Marlins are an iffy team. They really shaky. Like we have seen them be really good in the first half, and then the second half of the season they fall off. So what I'm hoping for, is for that fall off to happen, as my man out there in right field out here making,
Garcia.
yeah, Garcia there making catch after catch. But yeah, I'm hoping to see them fall off. I may sound like a hater, but yes, I am hating on the Marlins. I hate on everybody against my Phillies in
Right.
that
That's in your division.
my
Yeah.
division. So I am expecting for them to do typical Miami Marlins things, and that's fall off and just go into a slump in the second half. Okay, like the Marlins been so bad in the second half that Derek Jeter said, I mean that Alex Rodriguez said, I gotta get away from them guys. He was feeling bad for me. He had to leave. He said, I gotta take my shares and I gotta go. But that's Yeah, that's how I look at it. Um, can we talk about some boxing real quick?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
absolutely. Yeah, we got some time. Go ahead. What's
I
on your
gotta give
mind?
a shout out to my man Jerron Boots Enos. You know, he came through. Um, put
Yeah.
The
put that
Philly
little
product,
beating on Villa.
the
Um,
old Philly
he
product.
talking greasy. You know, just like how my Philly people do. We talk greasy.
That's
He
that
talking
Philly
real
product.
greasy. He talking spicy. It's a spicy meatball happening
She
over
said it's a
there.
spicy
Okay.
meatball.
He said. He said, listen.
It's a spicy meatball.
He said, look, I'm ready to
Oh,
get
go
it
ahead, go on,
popping. He
man.
said,
Preach
I'm
your
looking
boy.
forward for the winner of this Spence Crawford fight. He said, I don't care if it's Spence. I don't care if it's Crawford. He said, I'm trying to knuckle up. I said, oh, I'm going to need you to slow down, baby boy. Because I
There
don't
you
know if you
go.
want to get in that ring with them
Yeah,
guys.
he was. Did he call him out?
Yeah, he called him out. No,
He
he called him
called him out.
safe.
Are they
Nah,
doing a challenge right now?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but
So
it was
yeah. So yeah. Go
it was,
ahead.
it was a good fight. You know, he put in that work. He got him out of here in the 10th round. But
Yep.
I'm gonna need him to kind of like pump the brakes a little bit, just a little bit,
Oh, called him out. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. They
He
they they
called him
they
out.
they, they initially called him safe, but he was
Mhm.
out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he out.
He out.
Bo
He,
Bichette with the tag.
yeah.
I said he's
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna say this about Boots. I mean, that was my I think second time really watching him fight,
Uh-huh.
and I think that he's dope. He's a nice fighter. He's a good fighter, but he gonna definitely have to tighten up his defense if he gonna get in the ring
Definitely.
with a Spence or a Crawford, because the dude, for as much punishment he was handing out, he was taking a lot too. No,
Yeah,
it didn't
Joe.
really affect
Yeah.
him. It didn't really affect him, but it's gonna be a whole different animal in there when he gets in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. or Terrence Crawford or somebody
He was
of
saying
that.
when he was saying you guys. He was calling out third. He
Yeah,
said
he was calling out you. That's
who like
absolutely.
whoever. I'm like
Mhm.
whoa.
Yeah, he was
I,
I'm
I'm
feeling
like
feeling.
himself.
you.
I'm feeling him. I'm feeling
I'm
because
feeling him
he
too. I'm
definitely
feeling him too.
represents that and does what he does. But I mean, at the end of the day, he looked good. He looked good doing it. He finished this guy. He didn't take it to let no judges influence it or nothing like that. So he did what he did. And at this point in the game, I would like to see him just on some backyard bully, schoolyard bully sit, beat the brakes off of Raleigh Romero. That's just me.
I mean, listen.
That's just me. I would like to
Everybody
see.
beat
I
their
would like to see
kids, right?
Boots. I would like to see Boots beat the brakes off of Raleigh Romero, just on some schoolyards. You know
See,
what I mean?
see,
Because Raleigh Romero is a clown.
yeah, he's a
Riley,
clown.
Riley Romero is a clown. Riley
Oh,
Romero is
wait
is
a
is
minute.
equivalent and parallel to Caesar Romero, and Caesar Romero was a Joker or Batman. So,
Are we? Wait a
don't
minute.
get me started.
Are we calling Raleigh Romero the new Adrian Broner? Is he the new AB?
He could be the new AB. He could be the old AB. He could be the new Slappy Sales. He could be the new Sammy Davis Jr. He could be the
Oh
new. He
no!
could be the new Flip Wilson. He could be whatever he want to
Oh
be.
my
He's a
God! You
funny
guys
guy.
heard it
He's
here.
absolutely a funny guy.
No, this
And and,
guy
and
here is basically calling this man
uh
the
oh.
new
It's,
AB, the new
And
hey,
listen,
Broner.
if
hey,
there,
check
if, there,
the comments.
if there could be a new AB, he's the new AB.
Hey, see your
Absolutely,
comments. See your comments.
absolutely. Hey, listen,
Yes.
I ain't start absolute R at RM Desk on Twitter. mckip@gmail.com. Don't get it twisted. EMCEEKIP @gmail.com. Absolute. Read my lips. Raleigh Romero is a clown. Raleigh Romero is fodder. Raleigh Romero is axle grease.
Oh,
Raleigh Romero is an afterthought. Raleigh Romero is on the bottom of your shoe. The gum the gum that melts in the summertime that gets stuck to the bottom of your shoe, and you try to get rid of it and you can't. So what you do is you get some WD-40, you put it on the bottom of your shoe, you get your little rag there, and you put it on that gum, which is Riley Romero, and you wipe it off. And you get rid of it. And you exterminate it.
Whoa.
Because Riley Romero went and talked all that nonsense about Tank. We all knew what it was. We all knew Tank was going to crack him, and Tank cracked him.
Yes,
Even though I'm gonna give Riley Romero this much credit. This much. He did do his thing until, he got his bell rang.
No more. He
did his thing till he couldn't do it no more. Absolutely. and still was talking about I was doing my thing until what? Until the lights went out. Until the lights went out.
Yeah.
Right. So and then they put you in there against Father Time.
And he was
Buddy Epson from Beverly Hillbillies. They put you in there against Benny Hill. You know what I mean? They put you in there against Old Man River. They put you in there against what was the dude from remember the commercial with the dude with the coffee beans?
Oh yeah.
There used to be Pablo Sanchez. They put you in the ring against old ass Pablo Sanchez. And that's right. Send all your emails to Yada Bear. And listen, they put Riley Romero. Listen, I ain't finished. They put Riley Romero in the ring with a dude that represents AARP to the fullest. And he was giving Riley Romero one of those old man, don't step on my shoes, ass whoopings. Yeah. Until you had the referee come in there and collect his money that they promised him, right? And he stopped the fight where Riley Romero was getting his ass not whooped, not whipped, whiz-upped.
Whiz-up.
So don't tell me nothing about Riley Romero. Riley Romero is just at this point, and I'm gonna end my soliloquy like this. At this point, Riley Romero is always gonna be the B-side. Riley Romero is just an opponent right now. He's not nobody that when you put Riley Romero, who's Riley Romero beating?
Nobody.
There you go. So for all y'all that think I'm going hard in the paint with Riley Romero, and I am, right? I'm gonna stand on that square, B. You know what I mean? Because Riley Romero, man, I can't. Where's Danny Garcia at? Browski, where's Danny Garcia? Can you get Danny Garcia on the phone and be like, yo, we got a win right here waiting for you, yo?
We have been searching for Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia said, listen, I don't got him or no smoke for nobody.
Oh man, because listen, he ain't gonna get no smoke from Riley Romero.
Oh, look.
He ain't gonna get no smoke from Riley Romero.
As much as I was a fan of Danny, it's like when you watch Danny Garcia fight, you don't know this man won or lost.
But he can't beat Riley Romero.
Again, you don't know if he won the fight or lost the fight until you see or heard the announcer announce the winner, because he will look beat up either way. So there's a possibility that Riley may knock him out because
Browski.
Yo, Danny would just stand.
I gotta take a sip. I hit us some black seed oil for that one. Oh,
listen, man. I gotta call it straight down the middle. My man would stand there and take the punishment, and you'll be like, "Well, Danny, can you bob and weave? Can you block?"
I didn't see that one coming, Win Walker.
You just standing in front. I have seen Paulie almost knock him out at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paulie Malignaggi.
Yes, almost knocked Danny because he was whooping Danny's ass. And
Resident, he was whooping his ass on.
You never knew if this guy was winning or he losing the fight because he just stood there and took the punishment. So it's a chance that Ramirez may knock him out.
Oh, Browski, I didn't see that one coming.
I can't, but I gotta call it straight down.
Let me just say something right now. I think that if Riley Romero and Adrian Broner had a fight,
It'd be a
I
draw.
think it would be. Listen,
They'll knock each other
if
out.
Rolly Romero and Adrian Broner had a fight, they wouldn't. The fight would be secondary to the all access, to the
Oh
lead up to the fight.
God.
The fight. Nobody want to see the fight. Everybody just want to hear how they, talk trash about each other. But beyond that, let's get into some WNBA conversation because they got their own little in-season tournament. I don't mean little like that, but they got their own in-season tournament. It's called the Commissioner's Cup.
Yes.
And right now, it's the WNBA. If you're not tuned into the WNBA and the Big Three, shout out to Ice Cube and the Big Three. If you're not in tune to the WNBA, then you're missing out, yo. You know what I mean? Because again, the WNBA is very exciting. Even though they extended the season to 40 games, a lot of things going on, a lot of good teams, a lot of great games. But I wanted to turn the floor over to Browski a little bit and let her talk a little bit about what she thinks in regards to the WNBA, and they have an All-Star game that's upcoming. And what's your thoughts on that?
Well, let's say this. Brittany Griner, first dunk of the season. Like she's getting
All
her
right.
legs back. She came out there and threw one down. But
She heard what you said. She heard what you said about her last week.
well, good. She needs to listen more.
Browski talking wild shit. Browski.
They're 4-14, okay? They are
Browski said
4-14.
good, yo. You heard me.
The whole team
She
needs
said
to
they
listen.
4-14.
They're 4-14, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Browski talking greasy right now.
It's bad. It's bad up in Phoenix, but
So the Phoenix. So hold up. The Phoenix Mercury is what? The Rolly Romero of the WNBA.
Them in the Seattle Storm, okay? They the Raul Romero and the Adrian Broner, okay?
Right.
But the story of the season, basically is our top heavy teams. The Aces, they finally, lost another game. They're 17-2. New York is now showing me what I've been waiting to see. They're now putting in a string of wins. It's starting to really gel together. They look more cohesive as a team. Even though they would still had a winning record in the early part of the season, they would still they still seem like a group of individuals. But now they're starting to gel more as a team now. So that's really good to see. The Aces is just so impressive.
I love my Vegas Aces.
The Vegas Aces are extremely impressive. Like when you watch them play, it's number one. It's an all-star team of its own. Okay,
Right. That's right.
Candace Parker.
When they pick, as we see when Asia
Asia Wilson.
was picking her all-star team, she picked all her teammates number one. Okay,
Right.
so it's like,
that's right.
Yeah, I mean,
as you should.
Yeah, it's their whole team. But these guys, like these ladies are super. It's like fluent. It's like they know where they're gonna be at. It reminds me of
Harlem Globetrotters.
Not even the Globetrotters. The Warriors doing their three-peat run. When the Warriors had that 73 and 9 season, when they won their first championship, how Steph just knew where everybody was going to be at.
Hold up, wait a minute. Before we start getting emails going Dabrowski's way, they lost that year when they went 73 and 9.
No. I'm not talking about.
Okay.
I'm just saying like how they was playing. During the season, and when in that year that they won the championship, how they were so fluent on the court where everybody knew where everybody was going to be at. Draymond was having he was just throwing passes in the correct spot. So it's like the unselfishness, because you have players in their own right who are all-stars and stars, but they're not being selfish. Everyone's passing. Right. And everyone knows that the ball and that the offense runs through Aja Wilson, just like how they knew with Golden State that everything runs through Steph Curry.
Right.
So they are playing amazing. Connecticut is also playing really good basketball. We, at the start of the season, we was really uncertain about them because of
Yeah, they got rid of everybody.
yeah, of
Mm-hmm.
all the losses. They lost so many key members of their team, and
Mm-hmm.
it was we was unsure. We knew that they still had Jewel Lord, but we was like, can she carry the team? And now it's not just her carrying the team. The team is playing great, and they're playing really good defense too. You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
we always want to point out, how they play on the offensive side, but they're a really good defensive team in their own right. And then we have again the Mystics, who's keeping their foot on the Liberties, neck because they right there behind them. I think this season is really turning out to be a really competitive season. We see the Dream and the Wings, coming up. Especially,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
a young team. Like I said, Ryan Howard, sophomore season is looking just as great as her rookie year. Even better.
Mm-hmm.
She's coming on her own. And then when we look at the Wings, the Wings are out here. They've been balling the last couple of games. They're making their way back up the standing in their own right. So I feel like in these next couple weeks, like especially after the All-Star break, it's going to be really tight. It's going to be really competitive, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. How you feel about it?
Um, I kind of, feel the same way you feel. I just think that on the teams that were expected to make noise, your aces, your libs, you know what I mean, are doing what they expected to do. The aces kind of, came together a little bit, faster, like said in regards as far as being cohesive and being a unit and winning games, and their record indicates a 17-2. The libs, once they get it together, it's going to be crazy. So I'm looking forward to what happens towards the end of the season when they're battling for playoff position, because that's going to be very important. I think that when you talk about a team like the Connecticut Sun, they're surviving. They're right there with the Liberty when you talk about the Commissioner's Cup as far as the East is concerned. They're
Yeah,
right there at 6-3. So when you talk about a team like the Connecticut Sun, that nobody, they're playing with house money. Nobody
yeah,
expected them to really make a whole bunch of noise, but they're doing what they need to do. The Washington Mystics, you mentioned them. They're going to be without Elena Deladon for a couple of games, and we'll see how they how they do with that.
on
I'm
schedule,
expecting
injury on schedule.
absolutely. So again, we're gonna see how they right that ship a little bit. Um, Keeping up with our homie and the person that we've been particularly watching, Alea Boston. Aaliyah
Yeah,
Boston, she's going through some things. She's probably lost more games this season than she's ever lost at South Carolina, which is it's going to happen. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Take the growing pains, but I think that she made an All-Star. You know what I mean? She's doing what she can do for her team as far as the East is concerned. And when you look at the Commissioner's Cup standings again, it's the Liberty at 6-3. You got Connecticut at 6-3. Atlanta, that you mentioned, is right on their heels at 6-4, and then
mm-hmm.
Washington's right there at 5-5.
Yeah.
As far as the West is concerned, Vegas is running away with it. That point differential thing is going to mean a lot, and you might as well lock that up now because their point differential is plus.
181.
Yeah, 181 is their point differential. You know what I mean? And the next closest team in the West is Dallas, and their point differential was -2. So again, they got it's going to have to be like they got to lose their Commissioner Cups game like 105-20. For them,
Oh my God.
you know what I mean? For them to get caught up in the situation, absolutely. So again,
on the way to the game, the bus got to have a
mhm.
flat, and they forfeit.
I mean, absolutely. That situation. But I feel like they've got the Western Conference as far as the Commissioner's Cup pretty much sewn up. Dallas is right there at 5-4. So as far as the second half of the season is concerned, man, I'm looking forward to some really competitive basketball. We talked about the All-Star. Looking forward to a show that's going to be in Vegas. I'm looking forward to a show. I'm kind of hoping that it's on the same status as the Iowa LSU game. Because
Yeah, I
again,
hope
at the end of the
so.
day, it's you got a whole bunch of stars. You got to and they're about winning. You know what I mean? They gonna talk their stuff. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna go out there and represent. So the WNBA, if you're not watching it, maybe you should. Or just get in tune with what's going on. Anything else you want to chop up before we get up out of here, Browski? And
Yeah,
win?
real quick, on speaking on the WNBA, did you hear that Brianna Stewart and is it Wilson? It's someone else. They're looking to start another league after the season is done to help keep players who don't have
Oh
to
yeah,
play
right.
overseas.
Right, right. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about they starting the league so a lot of players won't have to go overseas to supplement their income. I think that's dope.
I think it's dope, and I also think it's very poor on the NBA.
Yeah, it's just another, like you said. Go ahead, talk about it. Talk about it.
It's
Talk about
very
it.
There
poor
you go.
Mhm.
that these women have to fund a league, another league adjacent from the WNBA, just so that they don't have to go overseas to play basketball.
Right.
Like that's telling you something that these women they want to play the game. They want to play more games. They want to play more competitive basketball, but they want to do it at home. They shouldn't have to be forced to go overseas away from their families for months at a time. The men don't have to do that. They
Mm,
have their season
mm,
job. They're making the money. And
mhm.
people want to say, oh, well, there's no real money in women's sports. Yes, it is if you
I
invest in
agree.
it. If you
I
invest
agree.
in it properly, and the NBA is not doing it, they're not invested in this league properly. It's such an afterthought that it's a crime. It's crazy out here, and I just thought that was very interesting, and I just thought it was very, disheartened that they have to step outside of the league to make another league to play
Do
basketball.
what they need to do. Right, right, right. To earn income, to, play
Yeah,
the game and enjoy the game that they love. Absolutely.
yeah.
Win. What's on your mind, B boy? Before we get up out of here.
I just want to comment on what Browski was talking about. It's called the WNBA. The NBA should, like she said, fund the WNBA. Even if they give them a quarter of what they pay the men, it'll be better than what they get.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Come on, and give them the same benefits. It, let's merge. And Adam Silver, you can be over both of it and have you a vice person under you to handle the women.
Mhm.
And let's make it happen. Give them the same TV time. You don't have to give them 82 games. Give them 56 games, 62
Yeah.
games, 62 games. Come on. It's just like when we were in high school and in college, you got a men's team, you got a girls' team. Every
Mm-hmm.
night you play, they play.
Yeah.
You know,
And you said
and
you supported them, and you supported them. We was at the women's games. We was there. We was at the women's games, sitting in the stands, supporting them, cheering them on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
that
So
would be. Look how easy
absolutely.
that would be. You had a women play the first game. You getting two games for the price of one. You had a
Yeah.
women play the first game in the arena. You buy one ticket, and then after the women go and leave, finish theirs, you get a little break, 30-minute, 45-minute break, clean up, start the men's game, same night or 2 hours. 2 hours. We'll give it 2 hours so they can
I
warm up
think
and whatever.
that should be the next thing that Adam Silver should look into, man, because
Yeah.
they do it in our face all the time with the NCAA tournament. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You have a
All the
game, and
time.
then after the game is over with, you know what I mean? Like you said, win 20, 25 minutes, a half hour, whatever, do whatever you need to do, and then you have the next game. So I think that's a dope idea. You heard it first here on Down in Sports Talk.
I
So
mean, when you think
go ahead.
about it, they do it for NBA games and NHL games on the same day.
Yeah, yeah.
You got an NBA game, you got a hockey game, you
Hmm.
got a hockey game
Hmm.
early, then you got an NBA game at night,
Right,
or vice
right.
versa.
That's right.
They
That's
convert
right.
the floor from hockey from ice to
To
hardwood.
the basketball court.
Then you got
Absolutely,
to convert
absolutely.
with with that, it's just the logo in the middle, in the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can do it. I don't know.
Absolutely. We in the building, man. We get ready to get up out of here. Salute. Hit that like and subscribe button. We on YouTube, down in Sports Talk. We in the building. We on StreamYard. We on Facebook. Once again, all emails over there to my ubiquitous Cody Yada Bear, and you can send your emails. Since he put the whole joint out there, it was government and the whole nine. He put everything out there, so you make sure you get that. You get that. Windwalker is in the building. This is Lefty Nice at RM Des on Twitter, and yes, Wally Romero is what's the word I learned in class today? Basura. There you go. That's the word. That's the word that I learned today. We're about to get up out of here, man.
All the emails to him.
No, it said all the emails to Browski. So you can send any email you want to Browski. You already know what it is, all right? We're about to get up out of here. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Down at In Sports Talk, we in the building. Another Tuesday night down. Yes. All right. We got the All-Star game going on. We got some WNBA action going on. We got some fights coming up. You know, Stephen Fulton, the kid Inouye that's coming up. We got Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. coming up later on this month. So in a couple of weeks, actually, you know what I mean? They've already aired the first episode of the All Access, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. I am left-handed. That's Yada Bear over there. That's Windwalker down there. And we are down in Sports Talk, and we're about to get up out of here, y'all. Salute.
Salute. Peace.